Before we go any further today, take a second and press that subscribe button. This channel is built for people who understand real value, real history, and real money. If you respect craftsmanship, patience, and the quiet power of owning something rare, then you're in the right place. Stay with me until the very end, because today's coin is one that many people have held in their hands without ever realizing what it could truly become. Picture South Africa in 1969. The world was steady but changing. Men went to work early, paid in cash, counted every coin, and understood the meaning of earning and saving. Money had weight. Coins had presence. And among the most respected coins in daily circulation was the 1 rand. It wasn't small change. It carried authority. It bought real things. It represented strength, reliability, and trust. The 1969 South African 1 rand coin belongs to that era, an era when coins were struck with purpose, not speed. This coin comes from a time when minting was still deeply connected to skilled workmanship. Machines were powerful, but human oversight mattered. Dies were prepared carefully. Strikes were deliberate. Metal quality was consistent, but not overly processed. That combination gave coins from the late 1960s a character that modern coins simply don't have. When you hold a 1969 1 rand coin, you're holding something that feels solid, balanced, and intentional. The design itself speaks to strength and identity. The Springbok antelope, a national symbol, stands proud and alert. Every line, every curve, every detail was engraved to last. The lettering is bold. The edge is firm. The overall appearance reflects confidence. This wasn't a decorative coin. It was made to circulate, to work, to move through hands every single day. And that daily use is exactly what shaped its destiny. Most 1969 1 rand coins lived hard lives. They were used constantly. They passed through shops, markets, petrol stations, bars, and offices. They were carried loose in pockets, scraped against keys, stacked in tills, dropped on concrete floors, and forgotten in drawers. Over time, their surfaces wore down. The shine faded. The sharpness softened. And with every year that passed, fewer and fewer remained in respectable condition. Collectors understand something very important. Age alone does not create value. Survival does. Millions of coins can be minted, but only a tiny fraction survive decades later in truly high grade. The 1969 1 rand coin is a perfect example of this truth. While many still exist, almost none exist in pristine condition. Finding one that still displays strong luster, crisp details, clean fields, and untouched edges is exceptionally difficult. For collectors aged 55 to 65, this coin connects directly to lived experience. Many remember using these coins during their younger years. They remember what 1 rand meant. They remember saving coins, spending carefully, and respecting money. That emotional connection adds a powerful layer to collector demand. When a coin triggers memory, nostalgia, and pride, it becomes more than an object. It becomes personal. Another factor that elevates the 1969 1 rand coin is its place in history. The late 1960s marked a transitional period in global coinage. Designs were still classic, but production methods were beginning to evolve. Coins from this period sit perfectly between old-world craftsmanship and modern minting. Collectors love this balance. It represents the end of an era and the beginning of another. Subtle variations also play a role. Differences in die wear, strike pressure, and metal flow created coins with slightly sharper details or cleaner surfaces. Early strikes from fresh dies show remarkable clarity in the Springbok's features and the surrounding text. These variations are invisible to casual eyes, but instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. When one of these superior examples appears, it commands attention. Condition is everything. A circulated 1969 1 rand coin may carry sentimental value, but a mint-state example carries serious financial value. Coins that were set aside, forgotten in envelopes, stored in rolls, or preserved by chance are the ones collectors dream about. These coins appear almost unreal, decades old yet untouched by time. Professional grading has also played a role in elevating this coin's status. When a high-grade 1969 1 rand coin is certified, its condition becomes unquestionable. That certification transforms it from a simple collectible into an investment-grade asset. Serious collectors trust grading. They compete for the highest-rated examples. and competition pushes prices higher, international interest has grown steadily. Collectors outside South Africa have begun recognizing the importance of African coinage, especially pieces from the mid to late 20th century. These coins are still undervalued compared to European or American counterparts, but that gap is closing fast. As global demand increases, coins like the 1969 1 Rand are being pulled into long-term collections, reducing availability even further. Time is another powerful force. Every year that passes, the number of top-condition examples decreases. Coins are damaged, cleaned improperly, lost, or destroyed. Meanwhile, collector interest does not fade, it grows. Especially among men who appreciate tangible assets, historical significance, and long-term value. These collectors are patient. They understand that true rarity reveals itself slowly. Now imagine the finest known example of the 1969 South African 1 Rand coin. A coin that never circulated. A coin with full original luster, razor-sharp detail, flawless surfaces, and perfect balance. The springbok appears alive. The lettering stands proud. The coin feels as solid today as it did the day it was struck. This is not just a coin, it is a survivor. Such a piece becomes a reference coin. A benchmark. The kind of coin that museums desire and elite collectors pursue quietly but fiercely. Ownership of such a coin represents status, knowledge, and foresight. It tells a story without words. It proves that sometimes the greatest value hides in the most familiar places. Everything aligns here. Historical era, daily circulation, low survival and top grade, emotional connection, international demand, and the timeless appeal of real money from a disciplined age. When all these elements come together in one exceptional coin, the result is extraordinary that you've stayed through the history, the craftsmanship, the wear, the rarity, and the collector mindset. And now, at the very end, we arrive at the number that defines legend, the 1969 South African 1 Rand coin. In its rarest, finest, highest grade form, holds a potential value of $90 million.